My husband and I, we faced bankruptcy more than 10 years ago when we just first got married.
Assalamualaikum and hello lovely viewers. Welcome back to Aisya Rahman Advisory Podcast. I am Julia, your host today, and we have one Aisya Rahman, our familiar, your familiar face, our CEO, the mother of mothers.
You too.
Okay, now in today's episode, we are going to talk about what to do when you hit rock bottom financially. Now, before we go to our main agenda, let's play a game, Aisya.
Okay, let's go.
You know this game, Would You Rather?
Okay.
Would you rather be rich or be healthy?
Healthy, 100%.
Healthy. I would be rich because if I'm rich, I can be as unhealthy as I want. So I can just spend my money just going to the hospital. I don't mind.
Oh my god.
As long as I have the freedom.
That is the opposite of what we teach in Women and Wealth, bro. But it's okay. I mean, it's a game,
I'm
kan?
still learning.
Boleh.
I'm still young.
Oh my goodness. Okay, teruskan.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
My goodness, this is hard. I mean, I speak for a living, so lose the ability. Oh, good.
But for you to speak, you need to read.
Itulah cerita dia. I think I'll choose lose the ability to read.
Oh, okay.
Crap.
Yeah.
Can I not
it's a tough
answer
one.
this?
No, you have to answer why.
I think I'll lose the ability to speak, even though I speak for a living.
Okay.
Because there are so many mediums to communicate. I still need to read. Yeah. Okay,
Same.
that's my final answer.
Same, yep. I would rather lose the ability to speak as well. Because by reading, you can obtain your knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's how you can live.
Yeah, betul.
Okay? Okay, now, would you rather lose your sight or lose your memory?
Really tough question.
Yes, very tough question.
I would lose my memories.
Memories. Why is that?
Dia jadi macam Dory. Fine anymore. Hello. And you don't have grudge, you don't have anger, you're like forever happy. But I think I appreciate my sight. Sangat.
That's true. Okay, I would rather lose my memories as well. Yeah, because, you can always see things. If you lose your sight and you don't have anyone next to you, how are you going to live, right?
Tapi ada kan yang influencer tu, she lost her sight. I have so much respect for her. Mashita. She had her sight all her life till the accident happened and she lost her sight. 100%.
Oh.
So she's such a courageous woman. So much respect for her.
That's really good. Next question. Would you rather die after only 20 years of your life or live 100 years full of regret?
Soalan you ni kan. Die after 20 years of your life.
You would rather die after 20 years?
I'll live a really fulfilling life then.
Yeah. I would do that too. I would rather live 20 years of my life, even if it's short, at least it's a meaningful one. Okay, short and sweet, like they say. Last question. Would you rather fast forward your life or rewind?
Actually, neither. But I think I would rewind.
Rewind.
Yeah.
Rewind. Why is that?
I mean, I've hit rock bottom many times in life. So if I could just rewind and go back, maybe that rock bottom punya impact tu boleh tweak sikit lah.
I have the same answer as her. I would rewind my life and I would plan my, hitting rock bottom moment. So that's what we are going to talk about today.
Okay.
We are going to talk about what to do when you hit rock bottom financially. As we all know, financial planning is not just about money. It goes beyond that. It's about your life. It's about your emotional well-being, your physical well-being. For you to manage your money, we need to take emotions into account. How would you relate money with emotion?
It's like, imagine that day you have to make a decision and it was a day where you baru kena marah dengan I. For example, I mean, I'm just saying you baru kena marah dengan your boss, selepas tu you have to make a financial decision at that time. Would you?
Yes. Actually, sometimes our mind would not be in the right state of mind. So it's not really in my control sometimes.
Well, if it's a big decision, like it's apparent the emotion. But if it's like minor decision, nak kena withdraw duit, nak kena invest or whatnot, for me those are minor. But there are certain things where we have to pause and just reflect on our mood and feelings that day. Emotion is such a big word. I think right now in the cinema, Inside Out 2 is being played. And I think there's a lot that we can learn from that movie and taking it into context, into financial planning, whereby the underlying emotion when we don't know, especially when it comes to our money, our debt, is anxiety. People feel anxious when they can't pay off their debt. And when they feel anxious, then they tend to do stupid things because you want to combat the anxiety. You succumb to it by allowing yourself to feel better in a negative way. Contoh, pergi shopping lagi. Dah tengah anxiety ni. And then you want to make yourself happy. Healing, I deserve it. So you go shopping. Or you suddenly impromptu book a flight ticket to perhaps, I don't know, Pontianak sebab dekat, kononnya murah, but still it's money being spent, money that you don't have to earn. Money and financial planning, they intertwine, and if you actually go deeper, oh my god, it's such a big gap in the financial planning space, because a lot of financial plan punya method very berapa you nak achieve 6-figure savings, you nak invest kat mana. I don't like it personally. As a financial planner, I really don't like it because it's not humanized. Even banks pun, certain banks kan, dia punya tagline humanizing whatever crap kan. Humanize sangat ke? You get what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we are always tied to something tangible, but if we look on the opposite end of tangibility, it's intangibility, and that is emotion.
So that's how you draw the line between money and emotion. So yeah, I have to learn from that as well, because sometimes I tend to not really take my emotion into account when it comes to spending money. Talking about the emotion when it comes to spending your money, do you have any other story? Do you have any of your, maybe your own personal experience?
Maybe you know that my husband and I, we faced bankruptcy more than 10 years ago when we just first got married. And when we got married, it was a very fast decision because I'm very directive and I'm very direct when it comes to my requests. You know, kahwin dengan I tak? And at that time, he didn't have money, I didn't have money either, but I just wanted someone to spend the rest of my life with, and money wasn't a priority. I just wanted someone to love and be loved. And with that rash decision, I skipped a lot of things. Sebab kita women ni very emotion driven. Nak kahwin, right? Okay, bagus. Kahwin tu bagus je lah. Bagus, kahwin lah kamu. Bila nanti hantar kad.
InsyaAllah.
So then when we got married, he was also at that time trying to sustain and save his business. But unfortunately, tak. It just wind down. Lepas tu, wind up lah. Dah wind down, betul wind up pula. Lepas tu at that time pun bankrupt. Siapa lagi kalau bukan isteri dia yang nak either I fight with you and me, or you and me against the bankruptcy. So I chose the latter, you and me against the bankruptcy. I said to myself, let's try. But having said that, that was one of the most painful episode in my life, but the most beautiful, the most blessing if I look back. Because tak adalah women and wealth sekarang ni kalau tak bankrupt. So all the ladies who's listening, whatever hardship that you're going through, that is also the ease. You have to understand there is time and place for ease, but you have to pass this test. Lagi you tak pass this test, Allah akan bring you back to that test.
Yes.
And then once you pass that test, ease will come. And in my case, it took more than 10 years. At that time, berapa banyak kali, Julia, I memang nak you and me against each other. Tapi kena berpegang balik pada niat. Sebab my husband pun, I minta dia terus tahajud. So ibarat suami dari Tuhan.
So that's how you get back up. You have to look at your hitting rock bottom as something that an opportunity for you to grow.
Of course, at that time I tak nampak lah.
At that time
memang sebab anak pun kecil lagi. I think a lot of support. Our previous episode we spoke about support, right?
Yeah, support.
My support wasn't my family. My support was my therapist, my life coach, my psychologist. I went to the unconventional method to seek for counseling therapy starting year 2018. And I'm not shy to admit, because we all associate looking for help in therapy as something weak, especially if you're someone who's in the professional space yang you somebody. You lagi rasa macam,
No, I have no defects. Why should I get mental health help?
it's not really mental health help or you're crazy or stuff, but you just want to make sense of the situation so that you don't make stupid decisions that you will regret later. Right? And on top of that, not just you tau who pay the price, your next generation, orang keliling you juga. In my case, my kids lah. Right? And I think for me, hitting rock bottom financially, bankruptcy, although I don't wish it on everyone, but if you are in a similar situation, know that that's the best place to be in. Because when you have nothing, tak ada siapa nak kawan dengan you tau. Semua orang hanya nak kawan dengan you bila you senang. Macam sekarang kita women and wealth, ramai gila kan orang datang cari kita kan. Betul tak, Julia? Sebab kita dah berjaya. Tapi time I bankrupt dulu, mana ada orang nak datang kat I? Siapa I? You know, semua orang lari. And ladies, percayalah, itulah jalan yang you kena lalui when you are at rock bottom. Loneliness. You have to walk through it alone. Sebab apa? Kita kena pegang dekat Allah. Pegang dekat Allah. That's the reason why dia ketepikan semua orang, because you got to go back to Him. So other than emotion, financial planning, there's also spiritual for me personally, right? And slowly kita naik. Well, did I fall into another stupidity? Yes, I did. Another rock bottom? Yes, I did. But what we collected over the years and throughout the journey is clarity. And because of that clarity, that's why today you and I and our team in Aisya Rahman Advisory were able to stand firm and empower all these women across all diverse backgrounds. Stay-at-home moms, apa lagi? Professional women, divorcees, entrepreneurs, single women, to like, look, hey, whatever your challenges, we are all being tested. But Women and Wealth Workshop is the platform and place for you to come together, feel the support and love that you need, so then you boleh strengthen. Macam kuda kan, I kan berkuda, kita strengthen kaki kuda kita so that kita boleh go to war. Go to war with come what may. InsyaAllah kita okay. InsyaAllah.
Yeah, and also it is a safe space for you to talk about your problems as well. Yeah, in the workshop.
In the workshop. That's why we're a bit different, right?
Yep.
Yes, kita invest semua tu, jangan risau lah, I boleh bagi you. In the end, you sedar you tak banyak duit pun nak invest. But having said that, we give you a different roadmap. Yang the typical financial planning space, wealth management space is different lah. Kenapa you rasa orang curi modul kita, betul tak? Tiba luahan. Curhat. Okay, never mind, come back to this.
Okay, now back on your story just now. Based on what you have experienced, why do you think it's important for women especially to know what to plan when they hit rock bottom? Why is that important for them?
Number one, fact from the Department of Statistics Malaysia, women live longer. So even kalau my husband dengan I pun, or whoever, sweet couple till the end of time, know that our husband will die first. You will still be alone on your own, either now or later. It's just a matter of time. So for that very reason, we have to be in charge of our finances. Takkan time dah tua kerepot nanti, 80s, 70s baru you nak take charge. That time pun your body is screaming for help because you're like semua dah mereput, right? In a simpler definition. Second, as women, we are very nurturing. Whether kita dah kahwin ke tak, put aside, it's just our DNA, I guess, to nurture. Nurture our colleagues, nurture our team. We're very motherly, we're very loving in that sense. That's a gift. Kan? That's a gift that we have over the opposite gender. But the opposite gender pun ada strength dia. Seterusnya, combining this nurturing aspect and living longer, there is a need for women to plan and start planning as early as possible. If I were you, Julia, back in my 20s, I swear I would have invested earlier. But tak adalah, I pun baru 30s kan, so kita dah mulai invest aggressively. But if I were you, seriously, you go to all the classes pula, kelas kita Women and Wealth, tolonglah pay attention. Jangan jadi macam colleague kita yang dia punya trading app tu pun masuk pun dah lupa dah. Cohort 1, sekarang dah cohort 6. Kau rasa?
Farah dengar tu. Okay, now for all of this, knowing the importance of investing, planning your financial, what do you think women get from good financial planning?
Oh my god, freedom.
Freedom.
Can you imagine, even though you live, for example, gaji, okay, there's one thing in Islamic financial planning yang I rasa banyak buku conventional personal finance tak cakap, keberkatan. Sometimes bila kita rasa gaji kita on paper sikit kalau nak banding dengan our friend, tapi bila dia berkat kan, dia cukup tau. I don't know how to explain this because I've earned a lot more than now. Buka company ni, boss eat last lah. I used to earn a lot more, tapi macam forever tak cukup. But now, even though gaji I, pay cut I kau tapi cukup. I don't know, maybe I've learned to live with simplicity. I've learned to accept that whatever that I wanted before was just to fulfill the lack inside, and I used money as a tool to fulfill that lack. But because I've worked on myself, I've looked inward, I've healed, still healing, I begin to see things in a different perspective. And I guess, Julia, also because of age, I'm older, more mature in that sense, wiser. So financial planning is actually the ticket to freedom, and freedom also intertwined with security, because women naturally feel insecure kan, open pores ni, kecantikan lah, baju tak boleh nak repeat and stuff like that. Kita banyak insecurities. Tapi when we have clarity on our finances, it gives us security. Contoh, kalau you dengan you punya potential husband tak ada masalah, tiba-tiba dia bawa balik motor, balik kerja, accident, you're back to square one. Then that security is disrupted. So kita kena anggap yang when it comes to finances, kita stand alone. Kita punya partner or boyfriend or spouse is just complementary. So kita kena kuat, because at any time Allah boleh duga kita, dan Allah akan duga kita dengan benda yang paling kita sayang. Kalau you sayang you punya partner, itulah dugaan you. Kalau you paling sayang duit, itulah dugaan you. Kalau you paling sayang mak bapak you, itulah dugaan you. You know what I mean? So kita kena always reflect and take a step back. Money is not everything, but everything needs money.
That is true. So we have to be prepared. Wherever it comes, then you will be able to stand on your own. Like what Aisya said just now. How do we start planning? Like, I'm lost right now. Where do I start?
Where do you start is you come to Women in Wealth Workshop, because we're launching cohort 7 very soon. But before that, we want you to come to our upcoming masterclass happening tak lama lagi, tengah dalam pipeline, tengah nak cari tempat and whatnot. But please subscribe to our podcast YouTube channel, and also subscribe to this link below, our eBook. Dekat situlah you will get real-time update against all the orang luar sana yang tak tahu pasal kita, untuk you join our upcoming masterclass. And the best part, Julia, women only.
That's the best part, okay? Okay, now when it comes to planning, as you said just now, women are emotion-driven creation. Okay.
Tak adalah. Kan nanti kan orang-orang yang very factual, logical.
Okay.
Belasah kita, Julia.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Kita naturally, we also masukkan emotion. Paraphrase.
I mean, the capacity for the emotion is bigger. Okay.
In comparison to men, right?
There are some emotional factors come in play. So what are the emotional factors that maybe you have experienced, maybe you have seen in other people?
Okay. Before I can talk about other people, maybe I'll talk about my journey when I went or fell into rock bottom because of the bankruptcy. I think what I was concerned about was the status. Because I used to work in the bank. I used to own designer bags. Because kerja bank memang designer bags companies suka datang bank buat promotion.
Wow.
And then kita dapat installment 0% memang harga murah. And can you imagine people who look at me carrying a designer bag nampak macam dia ni berduit. Tapi dia tak tahu kat belakang kat rumah I'm struggling with my husband's bankruptcy. And there is that status which is also at the back of it is shame. So shame is something yang buat ramai orang simpan dan pendam. And there's one thing if I could learn from my bankruptcy story and falling into rock bottom is that shame and loneliness and anxiety, they all are bundled together. It's very, bayangkan tiga benda ni dah bundle together, it becomes a very big powerful negative emotion. Sebab tu a lot of people sampai today still paralyzed, tak tahu nak minta help. So what do? Sweep things under the carpet. I'm just very grateful that Allah sent help along the way through the experiences, through clarity, through so many things lah. So sangat penting bila kita tengah rock bottom tu, kita kena lagi pergi dekat Allah. What more when you are at mountain tops, lagi kena dekat dengan Allah. Yang orang selalu ingat kena dekat dengan Allah dekat bawah je. No, wherever you are at, center tu Allah.
Okay, so whenever you face hardship, you need to know that there's always a silver lining.
Yeah, of course.
You need to get back up. Okay, you need to maybe have some time for you to face your emotion. But then always find the first step for you to get back up. Now, as we wrap up today's episode, remember that financial planning is a journey, not a destination. Today's small steps promise huge outcome in the future. Thank you for tuning in. Until then, be a queen, empowered and seen. For collaboration, email us at marketing@aisyarahman.com. Bye!